So you haven't seen us win many games like that either. We walked into after the Virginia Tech game and said we don't see us lose many like that, but you don't see us win many where it's just about our defense was gritty, it was tough in the last 2 minutes, it was everything it wasn't in the Virginia Tech last 2 or 3 minutes, it was tonight, where our kids just sat down and guarded, and nobody could make a shot. It was not a pretty offensive game, but we got done what we had to get done. Mo's block at the end was big, and like I said, Mo was blocking shots really for the first time in his life. His first block shots last year, I think, were in the Tulsa game. And he's learning when he should leave his feet, when he shouldn't, and be a bigger presence at the rim. So really pleased with his development, as is DJ.
And over here with Brandon.
Hey, Coach. Last week you said the final 4 minutes of each half against Virginia Tech, you guys played the worst defense pretty much ever seen here. When Texas went on the 6-0 run in the first half, how much in your mind was flashing back to?
Well, yeah, and again, it was the exact same type of action that Virginia Tech ran against us. It's a ball. It's a dribble weave with a guy setting a screen to get the guy open, and we stopped on it again. We just stopped. It was the exact same thing. So we got some guys. It's not an excuse for the Mohammeds, the Derricks, and Zach. But the other guys, 3 times, we only had one guy marked as a shooter today, number 0. We had one guy, and he got 3 threes and got fouled another time. So it's that sense of understanding of what and it was all involving, one was involving Duncan, 2 involving DJ, all involving just, okay, this is real now. I got to get this done in a game. So DJ's going to really grow from it.
Mark?
John, 2 baskets, I think, in the last 8 minutes. I mean,
for us.
When that happens, I mean, are you just scrambling to try to?
Roach was doing a great job on Zach Urban, and Derek. He and Derek did not have a good game. I'm just they're so much better than that, and Derek's trying to shoot over length when he can drive and find people, and Zach just didn't. There was nothing about his game except that 3-pointer. No, I was as frustrated as probably anybody was that we couldn't. We got Mo wide open for one, he didn't make it. And we turned the ball over. I mean, we didn't get shots a couple of times. And there's still this, as we get used to playing with Mo more, right, the timing is off. We just weren't good offensively.
Right in the middle with Chris.
What's your view of this team right now after 9 games? Are you still trying to figure out what you got?
Yeah, I was thinking about that today of where we are. And I don't. There's common, rebuilding, retooling, remodeling, everything. I mean, we're just with Mo's emergence right now, and he's a long ways away, but it gives us another way to play. We're hoping, like right now, we're not getting good back. We haven't got too many times South Carolina here good backcourt play, and we're better than that. And we got to get those guys so that they can perform better in these games. So it's. We got to improve that, but I just think we're okay. We're just okay, right? Virginia, it would be if we were to the ball went off the rim or something against Virginia Tech, and we sitting at 8-1 or something. Is that what it is? Is it our 9th game? Yeah. It probably we're not that good yet. We're going to have to play much better than this in the Big Ten.
Right in front of Noah.
John, you had fouls to give at the end. What were some of the instructions there?
We knew we had fouls to give, and that's got us in trouble before where we whiffed on somebody and gave them an open shot. So basically at the end, I called the timeout. I knew they could set a play, but I didn't want to be, we're letting somebody go by us without a foul. So we had 2 to give at that time. So we said, we got anything out, right, that a couple seconds we're going to foul. The other thing was we told Derek, do not let Roach get the ball. They're going to play through him. And then the ball ended up going into number 4 or number 0, and he ended up, getting the ball out of bounds. So we tried to cut off the head of the snake and make sure you get it. But anything that came out, we were probably going to foul after 4 or 5 seconds. But they probably were to go right north-south and keep use both of those in those last 14.
Right in the middle, back with Brendan.
Mo's obviously is a guy who always seems to know where he is offensively, where the basket is, and then just kind of how to score and stuff.
Yeah.
Since he's been here, how large has the gap been between where he knows where he is offensively to him knowing where he is defensively?
I thought he's making major steps defensively right now. I mean, I was shocked when I wanted to make a defensive substitution at the end and put Mark in for Mo, and Billy said, no, Mo's really hedging the ball screen well. So we stayed with him down the stretch. That he has been, as again, he'll ask me questions. We joked about the language barrier. There's a lot going on in that huddle that is English, and he's very good in German. But I think we take it for granted. He misses some things here and there that I'm picking up more on, that we just got to sit and explain it more. But the growth is, offensively he was probably here, and defensively he was here. Well, he's rising here, but this is rising too.
For that possession, you're talking about the one before the block, when he kind of backed up and just had his hands up on just the straight stop.
Yes,
turn
there was the 2 plays.
Yeah.
I think he was involved in the one with Mac on the baseline as well. Those would have been fouls last year, wouldn't they? And they would have been to the foul line, to go in front either time.
Your middle right with Andrew.
Two-parter on Muhammad, what is your message when shots aren't falling for a player, and do you feel are you pleased with what he's giving you besides?
He's got to be a better player than he's playing, and he just got to continue to work. He's lost a little confidence right now, and he's got to go out there. But there's with all our guys, if you're having a bad offensive game, it doesn't mean you're going to have a bad defensive game, and Muhammad's not alone. That affects his defense. So the first play of the second half, the first time in there, man, they just took him right to the basket and scored right over him. You got to be able to play defense better than that. So that bigger lineup without him, is something you'll see more as we try to figure out what's best for this team.
Over here with Mint.
3 of your starters played over 30 minutes. I think Derek won at 39.
Yeah.
How much of that was you not wanting to dip at your bench, and then how much did you not having to play for 5 days affect your strategy tonight?
Well, knowing that we have a day off tomorrow, I think a little bit differently. I did make sure that X got in there for 3 in the first half, just to give Derek a little bit more of a rest, just get him off his feet and get Zach off his feet as well, like Zach said, for 3 or 4 minutes as well. So, I'm in the second half, how I feel all the time with the extra media timeouts, they got a lot of time to recover during those times. And the game was in such balance right there that was. I just decided to go with our guys and get a little bit of a rotation, but we rotated Zach out. We never rotated. Derek was the only one we didn't rotate out during that time.
Take a couple more with Chris and Kevin.
Some unforced turnovers.
Yeah.
Is it just a contagious thing at some
No,
point?
I think we were tired. I think we were really tired. And then, when they're picking up full court, but I can't tell you, we got a little bit of our head down dribbling the ball. Just hoping things are going to come, but we turned the ball over. I think their length all over the place. So we get in there, you see the shot blocker, right, and we turn it down, and then we got sloppy. We weren't in the angle. So we're going to see more length Saturday. So we got to grow from it.
Hey, Coach. Something less technical about Bo. He always seems to get so jacked up and into the crowd. Is that something you've given him free rein to do?
Absolutely. This is a team that is not. Their personality does not exude that type of excitement. All right, we're a little bit laid back. We don't want it to show. We don't want people just yelling to yell. But Zach Irvin gives us a lot of that, right? But after that, there's a big drop off of guys that's not natural to them. But Mo is very natural to him, and it's very helpful to the team.
Coach, we'll close with Brendan again.
What kind of adjustment is it for Duncan to kind of turn that switch from being a starter, obviously, to kind of that off-the-bench game changer, what he had last year, but return to that? What kind of adjustment?
I think it took him a while to get used to it. When we first made that change, when we went to the Garden, was that the first change, right? That I think that was hard for him, realizing what I lost instead of embracing who he's going to be right now. Because when he comes in the lineup, we're looking for him. We got a series of stuff that we can run for him, or he just plays off residual stuff. So the big thing with that is that we got to run better so that we can get him open and we don't have to dial up plays. We're playing half-court basketball. This is not the way we want to play. We're playing half-court basketball. And when we're in flow, he's going to get more open than he is instead of dialing him up all the time.